Yo, 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 my theater tech all-stars. This is Mr. Wells, and at home doing a little instruction guide for these next 3 weeks of lessons about The Lion King, and a little review of what we did last 9 weeks related to costuming. Good news, you don't have to sew anything. But there are some costume design projects and some mask making and stuff like that. So I'm just going to roll through this. Hopefully you are looking at this on Schoology or in your Google folder, or maybe you got this printed out and mailed to you. Whatever the case may be, this is it. It looks like this if you're looking at it on the computer. And if you got it in the mail, it probably just looks like this right here, where it just starts with theater tech assignments. Anyway, here we go, day one. What I'm asking you to do is to kind of look at The Lion King again. We spent a little time on The Lion King once before. There's a little link to an article here. You click on that, and it takes you to an article on Playbill about Julie Taymor, the designer and creator of The Lion King, and she's pretty cool, and she won a bunch of Tony Awards. And then you jump back, you'll see that I've got a video here from that classroom education series. This is part 5, but there were tons of these. I don't know if you remember this. We watched a little bit of this on YouTube. I muted the audio so that I could talk over top of this. But you can see off to the right over here, I've got, there's several other parts to this, so you're welcome to watch all of those because they're really, really cool. But this one's specifically about costuming, and that's what we're focusing on here. So I'm going to back out of that. Then the next video is a video, a real short one, about how the masks were made after Julie Taymor sculpted these. Then they bring them in and they paint them, and so kind of talk about what that process looks like. And then those are all ones I would recommend you watch. And then the last one is just kind of an optional if you just aren't familiar at all with The Lion King and you want an easy version. Check this link out. This is a like full-length production by middle school. It's just in high def, so it's really, really easy to see everything. And they pattern all their costumes after the original Broadway production as best they can, but it's on a whole different budget, obviously. So those are all cool to check out. Just day one, just kind of like get your feet wet. And obviously, if we were in class, we talk about like the Will Smith versus the Robin Williams version, and what do you like and what do you not like. And it'd be a little bit more fun with discussion, and the attendance question would probably be something related to The Lion King, and if we hadn't already talked about like what you did for spring break. Anyway, day 2, 3, 4, and 5 give you time to begin your designs. So you're really just looking at what you've already learned about The Lion King professionally, and then going, I'm going to now try to draw those. That's it. That's really all I'm asking you to do, is just look at Rafiki, Mufasa, Simba, Scar, all of these characters, these 8, and recreate them in an illustration. Full color with a background. Notice background. I do want to see their setting. I want to see a location for them. So whether it's the African savannah or the jungle, totally up to you where you want to put them. You want to put Pride Rock in every single picture. I don't care. It's really more of think about them in the world that they're in. It can't just be an image of that character. And then what I've done is I've given you a template that you can draw from down here at the bottom. You've seen these before. We've used these in the past. So you just put the character's name, like Mufasa, on the line, and then you can draw over top of these. Now, if you're getting this paper copy at home in the mail, then you're going to have to trace over that. Or if you're doing this from your computer, you're going to have to trace it off your computer. But you might want to just abandon that template entirely and go find your own version of that image. Just go and just Google Rafiki or Google Simba or something. Even on your phone, look up Zazu and then trace the shape of that costume. Remember, they all need to be human. So this isn't the animated version of these the look of these characters, but the performer, the Broadway performer in that costume, and what would it look like to recreate that. So you're then just drawing it and coloring it and giving it a background. Make sure you label all 8. You should have 8 total when you're finished. You can do that on printer paper, like blank white paper, or loose leaf notebook paper. I don't care, either one. That's week 1. So about 2 characters a day to do that, to kind of introduce yourself. Now we're going to get creative, and week 2 I'm asking you to choose one of those 8 characters. You can still see all 8 of them up there: Rafiki, Mufasa, and Simba, and so forth. Timon, let's say you choose Timon. You're not really just redrawing Timon. You're drawing Timon 2 new ways. So you've got the Timon from Broadway, and then you've got that you tried to like replicate or copy, and then now you're creating Timon in a whole new setting, or a whole new world, or a whole new time period. I even gave an example here, like Timon in outer space, or let's say you chose Pumbaa in the Old West. And that's great. You can do a different time period. You can just do a different location or setting. You can modernize. You can do futuristic. But remember, you're drawing and coloring. Make sure there's a background. So the background is now even more crucial because you've put it in a new location, a new time period. You are only doing 1 character, but you are doing 2 new drawings. So at the end of all this, you've got the 1 through 8 up here, and then you've got 9, 10 right here. So you're going to end up with 10 drawings by the second week, the end of the second week, 10 drawings. So you've got 5 days to work on 2 drawings that are new versions of one of these 8 characters. Okay, that is week 2. And then finally, week 3 is masks. So you get to choose sort of the level of difficulty with the style of mask that you want to approach, but you can choose any character from the show. I don't care if it's a lion or a monkey or a giraffe or a zebra. You can choose any character at all, and you're using materials from home. So you want to be creative about what you use, but you also want to think about recycled materials around the house. Make sure mom and dad are aware of what you're using. We use cardboard and foam in the shop a lot, but that doesn't mean you have to do that. You can use paper plates, you can use cereal boxes or tin cans. We always assembled with like hot glue or wood glue or Elmer's, but you can certainly use tape. And then as always, the project isn't really finished until it's fully colored, if you don't have paint, fully colored, or it is fully painted. I've got a couple different mask making videos here. The first one is like really super friendly. Oh, we got an ad. Nice. Okay, I haven't seen this Trolls version. Maybe we should watch the ad. Anybody seen Onward yet? I haven't seen that either. Anyway, so jump to this one. This one is kind of fun. One that you want to maybe think about making for like a younger sibling and let them be a part of it, like use their head as the mold here for the shape and size. It has some guidance on how big. They've got a little design for the mouth. And then here's the end version of it. You can kind of see what they've done. They've put the mane on. There it is. So definitely kind of in that easy category, something you could probably knock out in 30 minutes, maybe a little more, but that's about it. And then there are 2 other versions here. One that utilizes cardboard, kind of more in the speed of what we might be doing in class. They've taken an old ball cap. Now they purchased a new one in this video, but they basically took a baseball cap, they cut off the bill, and then they built a structure around it of a lion head. So that's his nose and face there, and they've attached it, and they just straight up used glue. I thought they used hot glue, but it looks like an Elmer's glue here. And then you can see the mane kind of coming into play here as I fast forward through the video. Magic marker. You could probably be far more creative than just a magic marker, giving it some more dimensionality. They've already gone to the trouble of using cardboard. And then you can kind of check out the dude here at the end wearing his baseball cap Lion King mask. And so that's definitely a step up in the challenge level. And then the last one, this lady has a series of videos that are really legit about how paper mache works. And look at her, she's so sweet. And if you'll take the time to print off her patterns or just recreate her patterns, then you're going to be able to build just about any one of these masks here in the background. She uses raffia for her mane. She even has her own video specifically attributed to how to dye the raffia, which is this sort of stringy material. It's like a paper. Anyway, so there you go, paper mache version. And naturally, you're not limited to these 3 videos. You can design yours and build yours any way you want, but you've got 5 days that last week to create your own. And you don't have to do a lion. I just kind of stuck to 3 lion videos because those are the principal characters of the story. You could do, again, any animal you like for your design. Awesome. I'm excited to see what these look like, guys. You can certainly take pictures of everything and post them to Schoology so that I can see them there. That'd be the best way to share once this assignment goes live in Schoology. Awesome. Well, definitely stay safe at home and be nice to mom and dad and wash your hands. And I will catch you later, guys. Have a good time with your Lion King project.